Hi, Laura.
Hey, here comes the snow. Who's ready to build a snowman?
That's right. That's why I said snow, snow, snow. Got people wanting to hear about it.
Yeah, I mean, so this system, we've really been tracking it through the week, and it's taking shape this morning. Amy, you were asking me, do we have any big totals yet?
Yeah.
Well, it's really just now getting its act together, and you see my eyes moving. I'm looking at the radar here, just watching some of these bands trying to set up the darker blues, indicating some of those heavier snowfall rates. But, I was just checking out the observation around Omaha and the observations in Des Moines, and both locations are still showing just cloudy skies. So it's going to take us a little while to saturate. We're going to see the storm system continue to strengthen as we head through the day, and then it'll start to push its way to the east. So Madison, Rockford, Illinois, Chicago, into Grand Rapids, my hometown, late tonight and tomorrow, Kalamazoo, Lansing, Detroit, all looking at some snow out of this system. So it's certainly cold enough for it, right? We had low pressure slide north toward the Hudson Bay, so cold air is draining in. How cold is it? How about 11 in Bismarck?
Yeah, that's so cold.
Really, and the other thing about this is that the first real shot of cold air for the season for some of these locations, that comes along at least with some accumulating snow. So the first time many locations will pull out the shovels so far this year. Chicago's still at 34. Another thing that we may notice is the southern end of this snow boundary that develops. I think what we'll see happen is it may actually start as a little bit of rain or a rain-snow mix, and then after a short period of time, it'll go over to all snow. So that would be the case, around Omaha and parts of southern Iowa as well. So the National Weather Service is in charge of issuing watches, warnings, etc. for different areas across the country. And here's what the watch warning map looks like this morning. And we're going to see this become a little bit more colorful here as we go through the day. So Sioux Falls right on the northern side of this, Omaha also on the far southern side, but Des Moines right in the thick of it here. The darker blue, winter storm warnings. Many locations in here are going to be looking at 6 to 10 inches of snow. This is a winter storm watch still posted out of Grand Rapids, out of White Lake, Detroit, out of Gaylord. They're going to observe the situation through today, and then we'll see what they decide to do with their afternoon update. In terms of accumulations, though, here's what we have pulled together. Heaviest of the snow developing in Iowa today. That's in the process of happening right now. Near and north of Interstate 80, or so right through this area here. And then Chicago, you're right on the edge. You're going to see snow develop after dark tonight and then continue into the overnight and early tomorrow. Chicago, downtown, right at the lakefront, the lake is still pretty warm, so totals will be a little bit lower in the city, 2 to 4, but you get just to the west, just away from the lake, and we'll see them ramp up rather quickly. And then you get north toward Rockford, north to, say, Madison, Wisconsin, and that'll be kind of the bulk of some of the heavier snow, at least the way things are looking right now. And then as we go to after midnight and into tomorrow, that threat will extend into parts of lower Michigan, Holland, Muskegon, Ludington, over to Grand Rapids, and then as you head towards, say, Saginaw, Alpena. Same thing we'll have to watch here right along the Lake Michigan shoreline, even on the Michigan side, because boundary temps will be a little bit warmer to start with. And then the other thing is that the ground temps are pretty warm. We've seen temperatures here in the 50s and 60s. We've seen a month with much above normal temperatures. So I do think we'll lose a little bit of this to melting as it starts. That may be negated a little bit in places where it starts falling heavily right at onset, and also where it's dark outside when it starts falling. So those are a couple things to look for, but bottom line, snow increasing, the storm strengthening as it moves into parts of the southern Great Lakes in the next 18 to 24 hours. Heaviest looks to be around Interstate 80 to the north, and then around Interstate 94 in Michigan to the north as well.
A couple of people are asking about Detroit area.
Yeah, so Detroit, you're kind of right on the edge here, the 3 to 6. We're watching this track closely. If it were to move a little bit farther to the south, you could quickly see those totals climbing a little bit. So it's definitely an area to watch, and then totals ramping up pretty quickly once you go, say, north on Interstate 75 toward the Tri-Cities, Flint, Bay City, Saginaw.
We had some people in California saying hello from sunny California, trying to make everyone jealous there, I guess. But
hey, it's sunny and beautiful here in Pennsylvania today. As far as the Northeast goes, you're not going to see the bulk of any of this come your direction. What you will see is some cooler temps as we head through the weekend, and I could see some lake effect snow trying to set up here the second half of the weekend, downwind of the lakes, downwind of Lake Erie, downwind of Lake Ontario, but nothing quite like what we have setting up here with this first blast of winter. Here's the thing, though. It's really not going to stick around for a long time. We've got the cold shot that lasts into maybe Monday, and then as we move toward the Thanksgiving holiday, it actually looks like we see a little surge in temperature, so things tend to warm up. This is just a little preview.
Little preview. Some people were asking if flights may be affected in Chicago on Saturday. That could be the case.
Yeah, I would certainly check ahead, folks. It's always tough when you're flying in and out of O'Hare and Midway, say around rush hour. It tends to get a little bit busy there in the evening. Sometimes flights can get backed up anyway. And the snow is expected to start later on today. I think during the daylight hours, you're completely fine. Once you get into the later flights tonight, I would check ahead with those, and then any of the early flights tomorrow, I would certainly take a look ahead at those as well. Same would go for Milwaukee, and then moving into, people mentioned Detroit, into Grand Rapids, into MBS as you go into tomorrow.
And someone asked where we were in Pennsylvania. We're in State College, Pennsylvania.
That's right. A couple hours east of Pittsburgh, but it is beautiful this morning.
Yes, it's very nice out. Well, thanks so much again for updating Periscope viewers here, Laura.
Sure thing.
You can always follow us on Twitter at Breaking Weather for breaking weather updates. Some snow totals and everything will be there for you guys. Thanks so much.